Hi, this is Diana from Second Half Dreams. In this video, I'll be creating the video analytics table, and in doing so, I'll show you how to create a cell style, how to merge and split cells, and how to insert and delete rows. I'm going to create a master page for the video tracking page. So as I normally do, I'm just going to make a duplicate copy of an existing page. And then I'm going to go to Master Options and rename it. So for this one, I'll call it Video Analytics. And then I'll just go up here and change the page heading really quick. And next I'm going to delete this table and the text box. And then now I'm going to create a table by going up here to Table, Create Table. And here I'm being prompted for how many rows and columns that I want. So I'm going to change the number of rows from 13 to 14 and keep the number of columns the same at 4. And then I'm just going to draw a nice big table. So my first idea for this table was to do something like this where the user tracks each video and how many views and likes it received. But then I logged into my own YouTube account and saw that YouTube already tracks this information. So rather than repeating that, I thought it would be fun to track how many views a video received over time, such as how many views it received after it was first posted, and then maybe a week later, 30 days later, and so on. So that's the type of table that I'm going to create here. So to get started with a new table, I just want to delete this table and then create a new table. And this table will also have 14 rows. I'm going to have 5 columns. And I just want to say I did design this table out in advance before I started recording this video, so that way we can just keep these videos short without having me design and figure out how many columns and rows each table will have. So now I'm just going to again draw a nice large table, and then I'll type in my table headings. So I'm going to have the publish date, the video name, and then over here I'm going to have places for people to track their views. So I'm just going to put views here. And then next I want to make this video column a little bit wider because there's not really a whole lot of space for someone to write down the name of the video. So I'm just going to merge these two cells together by selecting them and then going up here to Table, Merge Cells. And then next I just want to fix the formatting of this top row so it matches this one better. So I'm just going to select it and then change the character style from body text to table headings. And then I'm going to center the text inside of each cell. And then I want to just put published on one line. And looks like the last thing I need to do is add some shading to this top row so it matches this one. But to be honest, I can't remember what tint I used for this. So I'm just going to select the row and then right click, go to Cell Options, and then go to Strokes and Fills. And I have a tint of 8%. And what I think I'm going to do is just make a cell style, which is kind of similar to a character style. So what I'll do is be making a cell that has this correct shade in it. So what I'm going to do then is go to Window, Styles, Cell Styles. And then I'm going to create a new style. And let's call it page or table heading. And then I'm going to go to Strokes and Fills, and it's already filled with a cell fill of black and 8%. So I'm going to press OK. And then now all I need to do is select this line and then go to the table heading cell styles. And now it changed over. So now if I don't remember what shading this is, I can just go ahead and select the table heading cell style. Now that I have the formatting fixed for this first row, I need to fix up this views column. So I will be making a few changes, so please bear with me. It may not make sense until I'm all finished. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this cell and split it in half horizontally So I do need to select both cells, and then I'll go up here to Table, Split Cell horizontally. So now I have more space for more table headings, and then I'm just going to merge these two top cells together by selecting the two cells, and then going to Table, Merge Cells. And next I want to split this cell in half and this cell in half, so I'm just going to place my cursor in each one, and then go up here to Table, Split Cell vertically, and then do that again on this column. So now I have 4 more table headings that I can use, and I'm just going to change this from views to views after. And then for this first one, I'll put in 1 day. And the next I'll do 7 days. And actually the font is a little bit too large for these smaller boxes, so I'm just going to select all 4 of them and change the font size from 13 to 12 and see how that works. And it seems to work good. So now I'll type in 30 days and then 60 days. And then the next thing I want to do is match up the columns for the main table rows to match up with the columns of the table heading. So I'm going to work with this first row first and do that by selecting these 2 columns and merging them together. And then I'm going to split this cell in half. And I'll do the same with this one. So at this point, I can repeat those same steps with my other rows, but rather than do that, I'm just going to select all of the rows and delete them by going up here to Table, Delete Row. And it looks like I still have 1 more left, so I'll just delete that one too. So now I'll just add the 12 rows back in by selecting this row, then going up here to Table, Insert Row, and now I want to add in 12 rows below. So now I have the rows with the correct columns, and let me press W so you can see that better. But let me just press W again because I did note that I have an error message right here, which means that most likely this last row is going outside of the boundary it has. So let me just go ahead and select this table and then move down this a little bit more. So yeah, now you can see that this last row goes below the margin. So I'm just going to nudge it up just a little bit. So now that did remove the error message, but now the problem is that this bottom row isn't as big as these other rows. So what I'm going to do then is just go ahead and select all of the rows other than the top row, and then I'm going to go over here to Table, Distribute Rows Evenly. So now all the rows down below are the correct size. So let me press W to see my margins, and it looks like everything is fitting okay. I'm just going to move this table box up a little bit. So I think this video analytics table is all finished. I think it'll be helpful to know whether a person's videos gets their views right away once the video is published and their subscribers are notified, or if they get more as time goes on as other non-subscribers are finding their videos in the search engines. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and just copy this table over to this side. So first I need to make some room for it. So I'll just delete these 2 boxes and then copy and paste this table over. And I just need to see my page margins. So I'll select this again and move it over. And then the last thing I need to do is just change the page heading to Video Analytics. And now I have the Video Analytics master page all finished.